I got a problem. I got a strange addiction. Somebody help me. I need an intervention. It ain't alcohol or weed. There's just one thing that I need. I got an addiction to fruit trees. I got an addiction to fruit trees. I take a persimmon to please. Hey, the next one I'm getting jujube. Peace, family. This video is not going to be too long. It's just an explanation as to why I love when it rains. And also just a quick update on what's going on here at the VA farms. But this is the peach tree, and she's looking beautiful. That's one. And two of the peaches that I let stay on here. There was quite a bit more that I took off, but she's looking good. I left them on there just because I want to see how they turn out. I probably should have taken all of them off, but you know me, I'm ignorant. Here's my jujube. She's looking real happy. The trees, the containers that have the trees in them, I actually moved them over probably about, because they were right there where that black bucket is. But I moved them over here because, and this was probably about a week or so ago, because I noticed that they weren't really getting much sun. And so when I moved them, it was like they started responding almost immediately. Not just the trees, but also like my strawberries. I got little baby strawberries coming. Here's another one. This is the Ozark. This was a start, but I actually have Ozarks that I had from bare root in some of these pots. I think this is actually an Ozark as well. These are the Albions, or some of the Albions, and they're looking good. Some of them also have little strawberry babies on them. Something's been chewing on them, so I'm gonna have to deal with that. Here's my jujube looking happy and luscious, just as pretty as she can be. My apple trees are looking good. You know, I had the spots on the leaves on my apple trees, but they're still looking healthy. I'm actually treating them with an organic fungicide that I got from Nose. This is the new persimmon here. She still hasn't waken up, but the little strawberry plant in there is looking good. Here's my mint. This one is my Chicago hardy fig. Some more mint. Blackberry. This is a seedless variety that I bought. And there's a little some forming over there. I'm going to plant this one directly into the soil somewhere. Like back there where the woods are, it's like loaded with just wild blackberries. So I don't know if I should put her there with them or if I should find a different spot. But like back there, back where the old cars are behind there, there's blackberries everywhere. So this blackberry plant, you know, I'm not sure where I'm gonna put it, but I'm gonna put it somewhere in the ground. Here is my other persimmon, and he's got what appears to be persimmons forming on here. Again, strawberry plant. These are my Olympia figs, which are looking real good. I'm going to, when they go dormant, I'm going to move this one and another one that's in another area that I'll take you to, so that they'll have more room for growth. These are my taters. I healed them up for the last time. And I told you all that I'm using some soil, but I'm using a lot of wood chips as well, just to kind of see how that turns out. Apple tree, she's still looking good. A little strawberry plant in there. The strawberry plants in this one are looking awesome. And she still hasn't woken up. but she's still alive. Let me get to a different spot. Oh, wait a minute. This is odd. I just scratched it the other day and found green. Not finding much of nothing right now. Maybe she's not. But see, if you look right here, well, this is where the rootstock is. This is a shoot that came off of the rootstock. So I don't know. I'll give it some more time. I'll try scratching it a little bit with a knife to see. I mean, if not, then I don't know. Maybe I'll hold on to the rootstock, maybe I won't. This is my pink lady apple. Looking good. The strawberry plants are looking good. So everything over here is looking pretty good. I'm gonna take you to the other side as well. All right, so we're here on the far side where I have some other things growing. I showed you all this before, but this is my rosemary. There's another rosemary there. All these green things around here that's all garlic. Then I have my comfrey growing in here. I actually chopped it and dropped it last weekend and it's growing back. Here's my onions that I'm let go in the seed. These are the green onions. Now these were store-bought onions, family. These were like the little store-bought onions that you buy in the bunch. That I just, when I got done with them, I planted the root part of it into this bed, and this was like 3 years ago. I get these big, luscious, beautiful onions every year. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let them go to seed because, you know, I just want to be able to kind of plant them by seed to see how they do next season. Here is some blueberries. Some more blueberries. This one is my struggle berry. I've had this one longer, but for whatever reason, it's not really doing as well as this newer one here. So I don't know, we'll see. This is the fig that I said I was going to replant when it goes dormant, but I'm gonna let it stay here for now because I don't want to mess with it too much. Got garlic growing around it. More comfrey, more garlic. So that's looking pretty decent. And over to the investment bed, I've got my asparagus is coming up really good. There's a little asparagus there, there's a little baby here. Now this right here, there was another one growing somewhere else in this bed that I pulled up and got rid of, and then I thought about it later. Oh, wait a minute, that's a tomato. What I did was, I want to say it may have been a Roma tomato. I had used it, but then I took a piece of it, like a slice of it, where it was seeded, and just put it in this bed just to see if it would grow. And I think that's what this is. So I'm gonna leave that and we'll see what happens. But here's some strawberry plants that we put in the investment bed. Now these asparagus are my Jersey Nights. The purple passion have not come up yet, so I'm gonna give them more time, but I do want to get some more asparagus and put it down. But they were along this side and I'm not seeing any signs of them yet, but I'll give them some more time. But this is a strawberry plant. Strawberry plant. And so this bed here is one of the beds that I amended and had the cups in. So why I like when it rains. Yesterday it was rainy. I mean, it was a beautiful overcast. It was cool. So what I did was I used that opportunity to take my little starts out of the cups and put them directly into the soil. And so that's what we have here. Now, these beds that I've been amending them with garden soil. I've used alfalfa, meal, some black cow, I want to say worm castings, a few other things, just to kind of get that soil, put some life in the soil. These starts right here. So in my personal life, I actually I manage a group home for individuals that have intellectual disabilities. And every year they do a garden where you can go and you can purchase like little starts or flowers or whatever. And so my guys came home one day with these starts. And the first thing I noticed was like they were in like little pots. Like that's one of the little pots that they were in. And like this one here is already starting to grow tomatoes. I had requested to do a garden bed at the group home, but it was so much red tape that I would have to go through. I just decided not to, but I didn't know they were gonna come home with these little babies here. So I decided to bring them here to take care of them. And then I'll take the tomatoes back to the group home so that they can enjoy their tomatoes. So that's what those are. So these are both beefsteak tomato plants. I got some little baby beefsteaks here and here, but they're, you know, they're way far behind these. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. So around the bed, I also have a few garlic cloves that I planted here, which are here and here. All of that is garlic. If you can see it, all of that around there is garlic. And so now we're at the doo-doo bed. I also took most of everything out of the cups yesterday. You know, I took that opportunity to, you know, where there was overcast and rain and stuff like that, to go ahead and put them in the ground and just let them soak up that rainwater and, you know, start to get acclimated to their new home. So here we have butternut squash, and I've got to thin these out. So I'm just waiting until they grow up a little bit more, then I'll pick the ones that I want to keep and then thin the other one out. And the way that I thin them out, I don't pull them up by the root. I just kind of snip them. So like, just clip them here, let it die off, and then let the other one thrive. These little patches here, and this one here, I don't know if you can see that. That's my white eggplant that, like, I had no luck sprouting inside, but it sprouted outside, so that's good. Then I have here my honey rock watermelon. No, wait a minute, I'm sorry. Honey rock cantaloupe. This is cantaloupe right here. So again, I'm gonna thin these out. That's some more. This is the sugar baby watermelon. She's looking pretty good. And now in that cup I had seeds. I'm gonna put more seeds in there because they didn't come up. So, you know, it's all good. I've got plenty more seeds. Now in this little area here, and I'm sorry for my lack of camera skills, but I had radishes growing, and if you look, it looks like the sun pretty much took them out. So one of the good things about the rain and overcast is I was able to plant more radish seeds. So I've got more radish seeds that I planted. And then this is the tender sweet yellow watermelon that I'm excited about because, you know, inside they didn't sprout either, but they sprouted really good outside. So me putting things in these cups and bringing them outside to sprout actually worked out pretty good. Just a few random things. This is my maple. Now I took my little sister's advice from Home is a Jungle. She told me to mulch it really heavy. So I took wood chips and mulched all around it. What I also did was I planted some rhubarb around it as well. You know, that was some advice that she gave also. Just to get the ground cracked, you know, so that the roots can grow. And then also, that's, to me, is considered an investment as well because I'll let that grow out and maybe next season I'll harvest some rhubarb. I think I want to put another Japanese maple out here, man. I really like the way that this looks. This is my lavender. This is my lavender. And it's got my lavender, and it's got, now when I got this, it looked like it was almost dead at the store. So I brought it to see if I can get it to live and, you know, just to kind of bring some color to this area here. These are comfrey. I got comfrey growing around it. But that's my lavender. This is that little plant that was in that small raised bed. that they said was a hydrangea. I have no clue what it actually is. I didn't want to just pull it up and then get rid of it. So I pulled it up and I brought it over here. And she's upset because of the heat that she's been exposed to, and plus moving her. I should have, if I was gonna move, I should have did it when she was dormant. But she's still alive, so I'm gonna give her some more time and see if she like bounces back. You know, I'm gonna put some more mulch around and stuff like that and kind of feed her a little bit and just kind of leave her alone, see if she comes back. But I decided to put that there just to kind of, you know, for one, give her a chance to live, but also just to kind of put something different out here. And then this is, I think this is called Dragon's Breath. I saw this at Nose and I thought she was pretty, so I decided to get her. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna leave her here. That's why I still have her in the pot. But it says that she could take full sun, but she's been like weepy, you know, when she gets full sun. But in this area, you know, there's plenty of trees and things like that to kind of give her some shade. I'm thinking I might leave her there. The only thing is that, like, you can't really see her too well unless you walk over on this side. And I mean, she's gorgeous, so I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. I might leave her there. I guess, you know, her living is more important than her providing, you know, visible beauty to this little area. So that's what's going on here. These little boxwoods, I don't know. My mom gave them to me and I had no idea where to put them, so I just threw them in here. I mean, they look like they're doing okay. The top is, you know, kind of browning, and I'm assuming that's because of, you know, it being transplanted for one, and then also because of the heat. But I'm gonna give them more time as well. There's the other one right there. But that's pretty much what's going on in the garden. But as far as why I love when it rains, you know, again, I did a lot of work yesterday out here, you know, just kind of moving things, planting a few more seeds of certain things. And, you know, it's just, they respond better. Like the plants respond better when you can move them and stuff like that when there's overcast, especially when it's raining. So that was awesome for me. Oh, and this little container here, I've got some corn that I planted, and also some navy beans. I also planted some navy beans, you know, in different areas in these beds as well. I actually just did that, so, you know, we'll see how that goes. Another thing about the rain is, like, I mean, you can sit there and put a hose on your garden, you know, for like an hour, but there's nothing like just 5, 10, 15 minutes of just like rain, you know. I know our sister Letitia from Barefoot Gardening, you know, she says all the time that, like, the rain from the atmosphere, it has nitrogen in it, which plants love. So it's like, you know, it rains and things just come to life. Like, you can really see your plants, your vegetables, your fruit respond. And that's especially with my fruit trees. Like that rain that we got yesterday, I mean, they just responded so well. And like the asparagus over here, when it rained, I mean, it just popped up. It popped up and just started branching out and stuff like little baby trees. You know what I mean? So I love the rain. And then also, you know, you can use that opportunity to fertilize. Like if you have a granular fertilizer that you use. Not so much, I mean, in my opinion, not so much a liquid fertilizer until like after the rain settles down. Like right now, if I was to put a liquid fertilizer down, I think that would be more beneficial than doing it while it's raining. But your granular fertilizers, you know, that's another thing that I did. I sprinkled like a balanced granule fertilizer, you know, in my beds and where my fruit trees were. Because, I mean, that rain dissolves it and then it gets into the soil and the roots are able to, you know, to pull some of that up. It's still going to be slow release. But I mean, they get to benefit from it almost immediately just because of the fact that the rain came. So, I mean, you know, that's another benefit of the rain. So, I mean, you know, I would say just take advantage of the rain if you can. Like if it's raining, Don't go in and say, oh, it's raining, I'm not going to do anything. Nah, come out. Go out and just do stuff, man. You know, just find something to do. Something that's going to benefit your plants. Because that rain is everything. But anyway, family, that's all for now. It's still drizzling out here. I got a few other things that I'm going to do, and I'll probably come back with a video on a different topic that I kind of want to touch on anyway. So you all, I'm not going to say stay dry. Y'all get out there in that rain and do what you do. All right, family, peace.